So on the buyer side, which is when I deal with them on a regular basis, the big question we've got in the past year and a half is when interest rates have gone up, I would get situations, well, I'm going to wait till rates go down, or is this the right time to buy? And I tell people, if you're asking me, the mortgage guy, if this is the right time to buy, my answer is now is the right time because you're already there. The big thing about waiting for rates, which doesn't make sense to me, let's say you buy now and the rates, you want to hold off and rates go down in a year and you say, yes, I got the lower rate. Well, you lost a year of appreciation. And just look up historically Chicago, how much money that cost you, which means you had to pay more for that property. And even if you bought at the higher rate, remember, Illinois is a really inexpensive state to refinance in. You're going to refinance within a year, so it's the best of everything. So that, for me, from my perspective, if you're looking, now is the right time to buy because I'm a big fan of real estate. So when you have those buyers who are worried about something like that, how do you deal with them? Like you said, you don't want to push them if they're not comfortable, but it's information and what you got to give them, right?
I feel like every buyer asks us, should I be buying now or should I wait? And like you can't time the market, right? Like I can't predict the future. Like that's crystal ball type stuff. Right. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like right now the inventory is so light, it's hard to be a buyer. It's like stressful to be a buyer. But I don't know if inventory a year from now is going to be dramatically better, right? Mm-hmm. So if it makes sense for you to buy financially, and that's a conversation between you and Dean, right. That's a conversation between you and your financial advisor, I don't know that I would try to play and time the market because right. That's crystal ball,
correct?
Right?
Right.
I love what you say because I've taken this into what I say with my buyers too, especially in this day and age and how much we're learning from the internet and just being so focused on it being this huge investment, I think, or like making a ton of money on the back end and equity and all this, it's really straightforward. If it's a great investment, you can't time it out. If it checks all your boxes and you're ready to buy, that's right. Your answer right there.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then, so there is, coming from the trading floor, you're not going to buy the low, you're never going to sell the high, so stop obsessing about things you can't
right.
control.
Yeah. I also think you definitely have to work with an expert because you can watch a clip online and say, there's no inventory. But actually, Chicago's very hyper-local, so there's an abundance of inventory right now on the Gold Coast. There's none in Lincoln Park. They're 5-minute drive from each other. Right. So you need to work with an expert to kind of understand the nuances. One street's different than another.
Give you a perspective too.
Yeah.
So, right. Right, well, there's no inventory. That's easy. Hey, you want to ask, well, there's no inventory. That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
You're way behind the curve. I get that too.
Yeah.
So.
And we do a really nice job keeping our buyers feeling good and positive in this market. We provide a lot of off-market opportunities, and also we pride ourselves in having really great relationships with the other industry players and put our best foot forward.
Coming from the Waddell team, being represented by them, that speaks a lot to the seller side too. Mm-hmm. That helps. That's an added benefit, I would say.
Sure.
So.
We see it often. We put our contract in with our name on it, with Dean's name on it, and we stand out. We set expectations with our buyers before we even go see the first property. So we have a buyer meeting with them. We go through a really nice buyer timeline that's visual, and we go through that exact scenario, what it looks like, having an inspection, if it's as is, if it's not as is, and the types of things you can ask for. So we always try to set those expectations before getting into it.